In this video, you will learn how to draw a face without a grid. So this basic drawing skill helps you to draw symmetry, accurate proportions without a grid. So let's get started. So first of all, draw a triangle with a longer horizontal line than a vertical like this, and then mark half of the vertical length like this to divide this triangle into 3 parts. And the top part of this triangle will be the eye, the middle part of this triangle will be the nose, and the bottom part will be the lips. So now once you are done with the basic partition of the feature division, now furthermore divide the horizontal line of the triangle into 3 parts like this, which will help you to draw the eyes in symmetry. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a curve for an eyes like this, and then I'm going to add the marking in the mid of both eyes. Also draw a vertical line based on the end of the eye like this, and then add one more vertical line on half of this point. And then I'm going to draw an eyebrows using a rough irregular line. Make sure that you draw it irregular, then we'll later on make it more defined. So now moving back to the eyes, I'm going to draw the eyes more deeper, like drawing the curve around the eye area and then add the pupil in the eye. Okay, now drawing the nose using this structure so you can follow along with me. After that, draw a V at the bottom of both ends of the nose like this. Then draw a straight horizontal line underneath a V shape, but try to maintain a distance by drawing a circle in the middle of this line. After that, draw a light vertical line based on the middle of the pupils, and then draw a diagonal line that goes down to both ends of the lips. So once you are done with the basic structural freehand line drawing of the face, now you have to use the tissue paper for smudging the basic outline. Then we will go further in the shading process. So let's do some shading. I'll first start to darken the eye outline, and then I'll fill the iris with the graphite, and then I'm going to roughly fill the eyebrows. After that, I'll draw the lower eyelid underneath the pupil, and then with the help of blending stump, I'll smudge the shading. Okay, so let's come to the nose area now. I'm going to apply the basic structural detail, and with the help of tissue paper and blending stump, I'll add the details on the nose by leaving the highlighted areas. So what I'm doing here is just adding the basics grainy details over the nose. Then later on I'll use the blending stump to really enhance the detail of the nose texture. So moving back to the eye area, I'm going to use the kneaded eraser for popping up some of the graphite for enhancing the highlighted areas in the eye, and also I'm adding the eyelashes over this eye area. Now I'm using the tissue paper to blend out all of the details that we have done earlier on the nose, and you can see that how nicely these details are smudged. So now I'm adding one more layer over the basic layer, and this time I'm also step by step building the layers, and that's how I can add a realistic texture over the nose. But make sure that you leave the highlighted areas in the nose to make it more three-dimensional. So for lips, I'm going to redefine the lips as I already drew that earlier. Then I'll smudge that with the tissue paper. Then this way I'll build up the layers of graphite. Okay, so I'm leaving the lips detail remain undone. Now I'm going to apply the same procedure on this eye as I have done on the other eye earlier. So I'm just adjusting the details of both eyes by using the kneaded eraser just to make sure that they would look like narrated and realistic. Okay, just like that, I'm using the kneaded eraser over the nose area to pull up the graphite for adding the grainy skin texture over the nose. Also, I'm pulling up the graphite from the vitrum and then from the lips. But on the lips, I'm going to create a creases texture by using the same kneaded eraser tip. And this will make your lip drawing looks more realistic and subtle. But before adding the creases using the kneaded eraser, I'm going to draw the creases thin strokes using the graphite pencil, and then I'll blend out this with the blending stump. So with the help of kneaded eraser, I'm going to create the creases texture behind the strokes just by using the tip of the kneaded eraser. This will really help you to achieve the fine thin strokes. So this is it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope that this tutorial helped you a lot to get better at your face drawing, especially when you draw a face symmetrically, and this will also help you to learn how to draw a face portrait from the reference photo or even a live one. So don't forget to comment down below if you tried this trick, and we'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.